What's going on, electricians? Green Eyes, and I have something to share with you today. What's that? What did you want me to talk about? Income diversification for the electrician? Electricians don't care about income diversification. What are you talking about? Income diversification, once the time is right, and that's what this video is about, is a huge part of your success, especially when you get older. But there's a certain time to do it, and you need to be ready in order for you to purchase another stream of income. And let me explain. I'm in an investment right now that I purchased, brand new construction. This is another stream of income for me, okay? So I'm making this video for two reasons. One, this is empty. I want to promote it. I want to let you guys all know it's out here. I'm in Brickell, Miami. So I'm going to walk around and show you the unit. If you're interested in renting this, let me know. But I also want to explain why I purchased this, how I purchased this, and why, I already said why, right? And how it's benefited me and how something like this could benefit you. So I'm out here on the balcony. This is Brickell City Center right here. This is a fantastic property that we have. Can you imagine being out here relaxing after work, huh? But see, there's a certain time in your life when you buy something like this. You don't come in and just buy and mortgage yourself and get into a lot of debt in order to get another income stream. No. You purchase a unit like this once you're established, your debt is minimalized, okay? You've got your vehicles and your company is in a great financial position. Once you've established those guidelines, then it's okay to start testing the water to see if another stream of income would benefit you. Now, here's a perfect example of why this worked well for me. Well, we like to come down to Miami quite often, my wife and I. My kids are adults. They're running the business. They can't get away. You guys see me playing and partying all the time because I've done it. I've been there. And it's my turn to share with you how we got here and how I can help you when you get older in your career. You know, one of the best things about this unit at the SLS Lux is a private elevator foyer. So this is actually part of our square footage. Love this, man. So nice. You never go out the front door. You leave your shoes, your bikes, everything right. Okay, how this benefited me was I purchased this pre-construction 10 years ago, okay? 10 years ago, pre-construction, and it became ready in 2018. Now, like I said, my wife and I like to come to Miami quite often, so we have a little portfolio of properties here. So if this place is vacant, which it is right now, and if one of you want to come rent here, please let me know. But we can stay here. If our unit at the Reach in Brickell City Center is open, we'll stay there. And we also have some units at the beach. Now, let me tell you why I purchased these and why these worked for me. One is I did borrow money to purchase these. And it forced me to save money because I had a monthly obligation. And that's one thing I will say is if you have an opportunity to buy a home with a 30-year mortgage, regardless of the interest rate, and you're ready and you have the money and it's an easy transaction, I say go for it. However, if it's just push from you and you have a big fight and you have to fight with the wife, fight with the mortgage lender, fight with insurance, fight with the seller, just walk away. It's not for you. I find some of the best transactions I've made just come easy. Now, again, the biggest mistake I see younger new guys are they make a little bit of money and then they have credit card debt. And then they go ahead and they either purchase a vehicle or they rent something out of their budget. They just start spending money when their financial house isn't in order. You need to get your financial house in order. How do you know when your financial house is in order? You'll know. You'll have no credit card debt. You won't have a lot of car payments. And you'll have excess funds that you're saving because you're a successful electrician. So once you get to that stage, it's time for you to diversify and purchase some multiple streams of income. And let me tell you what they are. One could be a rental property. You can buy a 2-family house, especially you younger guys out there that are really handy and like to work with your hands. Buy a fixer-upper, live in one half, and let the other half pay your mortgage. You'll develop equity. The second is, I really am a proponent of mortgages and buying real estate. I've heard more stories of customers and older fellas that I've known tell me how they regretted not buying something because they didn't want the mortgage, or they didn't want the burden, they didn't want that monthly payment. And more often than not, after time goes by, they're kicking themselves in the rear end saying, wow, if I would have bought that beach house, if I would have bought that vacation house, if I would have bought that Miami condo, I'd own it right now. See, when you take on debt and mortgages, not debt, let me repeat that, mortgages, you're forcing yourself to save every month. That's why I am not a proponent, I am an opponent of renting. Long-term renting goes nowhere, okay? You make us rich, you pay me to own this, and that's the purpose of this video. Now, why buy in Miami, Gary? Why buy an Airbnb property on the beach in Miami? I'm going to tell you why, especially if you have a small family or you have kids. You could come here, you could buy a unit, right? Put down a down payment, take a mortgage. So what? It's at 7%. If rates go down, hey, then you'll refinance. But if rates go up, you'll be glad you got that mortgage. And every payment you make adds to your net worth because you'll be paying interest and principal. Now, the scenario for me worked perfect. I thought, okay, back then my boys were smaller 10 years ago, right? They wanted to go to the beach. They wanted to go to Disney World. They wanted to be down here in the winter time, right? So we purchased a unit. We were able to stay here 3 to 6 months out of the year, 1 month in some cases, 2 months in some cases. But irregardless, it's a free place for us because we buy it. I pay the mortgage, but then you guys come and rent it from us and you pay us. And we just break even sometimes. Sometimes we'll make a little bit. Sometimes we have to come out of pocket a little bit, but not enough to make it a bad investment. So now here I am 10 years later after owning these properties in Miami, and they're paid for. So it was a little bit of a sacrifice, but I was forced to almost save for my future by making this type of commitment. But don't make the commitment too soon, and that's the problem a lot of you young guys do. You jump into crypto, you jumped into a hot stock, and now you're watching it every second. If you buy an investment and you're watching it every day or have to put your tools down and look at your phone to see where it's at, you bought the wrong investment. It's not for you. You shouldn't have to look at your investments at all. They should be in place so that they pay you to own them. And you don't care what the market's doing on a day by day. It doesn't matter to you because you don't need the money. And that's the whole point. You pretty much borrow and buy and invest when you don't need the money. You already have yourself established and your payments are manageable and you have positive cash flow. That's when you strike. So while I sit out here and enjoy a cigar on a Friday lunchtime here in Miami, and you guys are out working, remember, I was too, okay? I worked my tail off, guys. I sacrificed everything early on in my life to get where I'm at, okay? I sacrificed everything. I used to be in a band. I used to play guitar. I used to have a lot of friends. But good friends make lousy husbands and business owners. So you have to realize what your priorities are. Right now, your priority is your family and your survival. Once you get to survival, then you get to thriving. Once you get to thriving, then you get into multiple streams of income so that you can continue with your path of success. So I don't have to touch any of my retirement. I have income that comes in from different sources. We're going to talk about other streams of income in other videos. But if anything I want you to take out of this video is, one, we have properties here in Miami that we would like to rent to you, and two, you're on a path of such major success because you're electricians, then I know you're going to be able to swing and purchase one of these units. So Garrett Henderson, keep going what you're doing, keep working, you'll get there. Diversify when you're ready, And don't jump ahead of line. It never works.